nurse while being a student.
The Solent University is welcoming the international students, and they give us the good support for the international students.
One of the great things about 𝐕𝐸 is we do allow our alumni students to still continue trading here, so they don't have to feel like once they graduate, that's it. 𝐕𝐸 is always there to help support them.
John,
हजुर
हामी ठ्याक्कै 1 घण्टामा सकाउँछौँ ल?
The beauty about Solent is
हुन्छ म्याम
our
यो
staff and
भिडियो
the
4 मिनेट
students,
27
they
सेकेन्डको छ
cannot help
यो
each
भिडियोमा
other.
त्यो बिचमा के आइरहेछ?
तलपट्टि त्यो रुमको सेक्सन्सहरु
And remember, even impossible says, I am possible. So it's your time to make it work. We are always here to support you.
Bizz Education presents Destination UK television show, promoting British education and development of Nepalese diaspora in UK.
Reach us to get there. Bizz Education.
Okay, hello. Welcome to this webinar, and good morning to everyone here in Nepal, and good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone here in Nepal, and good morning to everyone there in UK. I am 𝐿𝐶𝐳. I am marketing executive, and I am responsible for events, social media, and personal relation here at Bizz Education Nepal Gatagar office. So this session is an informative session, and this webinar will be divided into four sub sessions. First session will be the video session and a presentation about Bizz Education and also about Solent University. Then the second session will be the presentation from representative of university, Solent University. Then the third session will be the question and answer session, where we will be engaging with the questions student asks on the chat box. So if you have any questions, please leave the questions on the chat box and we will be happy to answer them. We will clear all the doubt you have right now. So without any further delay, first I would like to welcome all the students who have joined from different parts of Nepal. Welcome to this webinar, and we are also live. And if you are watching from the live, then you are also welcome on this webinar. Likewise, I would like to welcome my team. My team have also joined, and we will be joining by our esteemed guests from Solent University shortly. So without any further delay, let me start the first session, which will be the video play. Please allow me to share the screen. Okay. So here.
Do you want to study abroad and move a step further towards your dream? 𝐕𝐵ZZ Education is committed to providing the best international education pathways for Australia, UK. We offer unbeatable services, which includes career counseling from our trained, certified and experienced educational consultants, proper guidance and assistance through each step of the application process, preparing the students for visa interview. We prepare students for modern and advanced world for shaping their better future. Reach us to get there. Bizz Education.
We have achieved gold in teaching excellence. We have got gold in student satisfaction. We also have gold in student experience. And I think these are the three things which students would look out for.
I'm a global ambassador, so I support international students who come to Solent. Solent do a lot of events for international students to network and discuss their experiences.
We do have placements here, so we get to experience in real life hospital experiences. We could work as a nurse while being a student.
The Solent University is welcoming the international students, and they give us the good support for the international students.
of the great things about 𝐕SO is we do allow our alumni students to still continue trading here, so they don't have to feel like once they graduate, that's it. 𝐕SO is always there to help support them.
The beauty about Solent is our staff and the students, they cannot help each other enough.
Do not overthink, think big, and remember, even impossible says, I am possible. So it's your time to make it work. We are always here to support you.
Bizz Education presents Destination UK.
Okay, with that, I come to the presentation part, and this presentation is about, okay, let me make it a full screen now. Okay. Okay, this presentation is all about today's agenda is overview of the Bizz Education and what we do and why you should choose Bizz Education for a study abroad journey. Likewise, why you should choose UK for a study abroad and some of our social engagement programs as well. So moving forward, Bizz Education began its journey in 2008, and over the past 16 years, we have built a distinguished history. Over this time, we have had privilege to help thousands of students pursue their world-class education across the UK, Australia, and in Canada. And we are also recognized by the famous organizations like British Council, 𝐸𝐴𝐻, 𝐸𝐴𝐶, and TITI, which is here in Nepal. We are officially authorized as an educational service provider and under the government of Nepal Ministry of Education. So we are located globally. We are located at UK, Nepal, Australia, and Canada. So we are capable of controlling 1,000 students worldwide. Likewise, let me tell about vision, mission, and goals. Our mission is to collaborate with institutions which provide quality of education and have diverse range of courses, ensuring excellent practical learning for all the students. So our vision is to provide the best course options and university options to students. Likewise, our goal is to provide quality services. So we have gained significant loyalties from so many students, referring their friends, families, and relatives due to our excellent service. We have certified and trained counselors from British Council. We have excellent tutors for test preparations, and we have excellent advisor for visa and immigration. Likewise, what we do, we help in a student assessment. We help them to find out the perfect university and courses selection for them. We have test preparation classes such as IELTS, and we also provide admission support and also visa admission support to students. We not only help them within the Nepal, but after the departure, during their studies in the UK, if they have any sort of problem, we are there at Preston at UK, and we will help each and every students on their problems. Likewise, we represent more than 50 plus universities within the UK, which are top-notch and have quality educations. So regarding the database, we have a sophisticated CRM system which efficiently manages multiple queries and applications at the same time. This is how we are equipped to manage all the datas globally. Likewise, we collaborate with 20 plus agents within the Nepal, UK, and even in India. Likewise, why you should consider choosing us for the study and abroad journey? First thing is we pay a close attention on compliance. So you don't need to face any kind of issues during your applications and after your departure. We represent 100 plus universities across the world. We address clients' inquiry, we comply with rules, and there are other distinctive features that we acquire. We are professionally trained and certified educational consultant. We are prone to quality services. We have direct connection with representative of university. So we will provide the best platform for students, such as events and other webinars, so that they can interact with university representative and gain and receive the first-hand information from them. Likewise, we operate within 4 different time zones, 4 different continents, within Nepal, UK, Australia, and in Canada. And we have variety of destination options to variety of students. Likewise, you can see the map of UK, and you can also see lots of university locations here. Today we have Solent University. You can see on the bottom of the map, and we will also present other universities on our upcoming webinars. So why you should study in the UK? First, UK is renowned for the world-class education with so many diverse kinds of courses and programs such as undergraduate, postgraduate, master's by research, and even doctoral degree. So there are lots of institutions which are ranked among the best in education. There are 1% of world-class educations best in UK. The economy of UK is flourishing. They have fast-track processing, and also they have short-length degrees, 3 years for bachelor's and only 1 year for master's. So these are the points that make sense when you consider choosing the country. So you should choose UK for your studies. Likewise, talking about the UK intake, there are 2 major intake. First is September and January. In September and January, you will find 1,000+ courses, variety of courses for application. And likewise, there are other minor intake like February, May, March, October. You will find 100+ courses on this intake. Likewise, you can see we have lots of programs and events on our premises, and also we have launched a Destination UK television show to promote the UK degrees, UK education sector. You can see on the middle part of the screen is a Vice Chancellor from University of Wolverhampton. Likewise, you can see lots of event photos. Also, this is how we commit to our contribute to our community where we operate. We sponsors on different events. We support our youth as they are the pillar of the country. We support them on futsal event, football event, and IT sectors like OSCOL program, HackerFest, which was just recently done. Likewise, we also support in blood donation programs and many more. And you can see on the screen, there are the happy faces of students who have made UK their next home, and it is going to be yours as well. So here I came to the end of this presentation, and if you have any kind of questions, please drop your questions on the chat box, and we will interact with the questions on the question and answer session after the presentation of the university. Okay. So here I come to the second session, and I would like to start the second session with Solent University. Hi, Naya, are you there?
Hello, hi, John.
Hi, hello. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you very much for that lovely introduction that you gave, and
Thank you.
good to see how many things Bizz is doing for students. I'm very happy to be here, and I would be shortly joined by one of my colleagues. She would be, joining from the admissions team. So, do I get started?
Okay, first of all, formally, let me introduce you with all the students first. So, she is 𝐁𝐢𝐳 𝐢𝐭𝐢𝐳, and she is International Recruitment Officer from Solent University. And it is our pleasure to introduce her on this webinar, and it will be the pleasure to hear from you. So I hand over this session to you, Neha.
Thank you very much, John, and thank you everyone for joining today's presentation. I am Neha. I am the International Recruitment Officer from Solent University, and I take care of South Asia as a region, helping students like you to bridge their journey from your home destination to coming to study in the UK. I'm joined by my colleague Carly today, and we are here to, answer any questions that you may have. to help you know more about the programs in Solent, how we are different, or if you're looking for any good programs, if you are looking at networking or building your contacts in the industry, or even if you're looking at, a course that supports you, well, I think we've got it covered in Solent University. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have regarding life in the UK, about Southampton, where the university is located. And I totally understand it's quite a daunting experience for any student who starts thinking about going and studying abroad. It's not a very easy decision. And I think it becomes more tougher when the kind of choices that are laid in front of you in terms of which university, what program, what would happen after you complete your course. So let's try to make this webinar engaging and informative for everyone. And yes, I'll try my best to give you all the information that might help you to make a decision to study in the UK and perhaps Southampton Solent University. So, John, do you think I can share my presentation here?
Sure, Neha. You can.
Sure. Do you think this works well?
Yes, you are visible.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Brilliant. So, everyone, we are from Southampton Solent University. And not a big deal, but just to let you know, we rebranded and we got our name back to Southampton Solent University, which was just a month ago, was just known as Solent University. So just a little update on that. Going ahead with today's.
Excuse me, Neha. Can you do it full screen for us?
Is it okay now?
It is good.
Yeah, great. I thought so. Brilliant. Thanks, John. So I just briefly introduced myself. What I'd like to cover today would be about a brief introduction to the city of Southampton, give you a brief introduction to Southampton Solent University. We will be talking a little on admissions process, life in Southampton as a student, a brief introduction to 𝐾𝐻, and I'll also like to talk to you about the programs we are offering in Jan Intake, followed by any final thoughts or questions that you guys may have. So giving an update about Southampton Solent University. We are located in Southampton. If you would see the map on the bottom of the screen, there's a red dot. That's where Southampton is, and we are located in Southampton, known as Southampton Solent University. The city is a vibrant city also because there are 2 universities in the city, and we have a lot of international students who are part of the whole community. They are quite important to the whole city's vibes. I would say it's quite student friendly. The Southampton city in itself is located towards the coast, and I can say that it has one of the warm weathers in the UK. Any student who might be hearing from Nepal might think that it's not a big deal, the warm weather, but when you come to UK, you will see a lot of people talk about weather, and having a warm weather can actually be very nice. That about weather. The city is just about 70 minutes away from central London if you take a direct train. There are also train links, bus links. We do have an international airport in Southampton, which connects very well to Europe. The university, being in Southampton, boasts about being a student-friendly city, and I can say being away from London, we are one of the most popular cities for students, but at the same time, we are a student-friendly city where the cost of living is affordable. And there are plenty of employability options if you're looking for working part-time as a student when you become part of the university. We are located quite centrally in the city, and if you would see on the photograph here, the red marks are about the campus where the university is. The good thing which I think about the campus is it's located quite opposite a green park. While being in the city, which is like quite smothered with a buzzing city life, you still have that green, friendly, peaceful vibe. So that kind of makes, you know, the whole life in Southampton Solent or studying in Solent kind of a nice feeling for any student who wants to balance between buzzing life and also wants to enjoy a little peaceful time. Coming to the next aspect of why would you like to come as a student and study in Southampton Solent University? Well, one of the major reasons you might want to choose us is because we have a TEF Gold. We are also one of the universities known for their assessment and feedback. We feature in top 20 universities in UK and top 15 in the UK for graduate startups. We are 6th in the UK for sustained employability. Talking of TEF Gold, which I just mentioned, why would that be important for any student who might be thinking of studying in UK or perhaps Solent University? Would be because a gold rating means that the university has demonstrated highest quality of teaching standards, and that has been quite consistent. So we have had gold both in student experience, which definitely is a very important aspect of your student journey when you come here. Your experience, we wanted to make it the best, and we have been rated gold in that. And we want that after you have graduated, your outcomes, like what you do in future, is also of satisfaction, and that's where we are rated gold again. So not to emphasize more, but a gold rating in TEF talks a lot about the quality of program being offered, how they are designed for students so that they are future ready. Talking about Solent University, briefly, we have more than 11,000 students. We have students all across the globe, so 121 nationalities to say for least. We have more than 200 programs, and a lot of investment has been done in the university to make it world class and also student friendly, that it has everything a student would want when they come and study here. Our specialist facilities range for all the programs that you may want to come and study in Southampton Solent University. Be it you're looking at any program in sports, we have a brilliant sport complex. We are very well known for maritime programs. So you might might interest you that we have one of the biggest maritime simulation centers in the whole Europe. And any student, if you're looking for maritime courses or yacht design, so we have a 60-meter towing tank for yacht design and testing. Anyone who's interested in law would be able to benefit from moot courts. You can come on an undergraduate or a postgraduate course for law. We have brilliant HD filming facilities in case that's where your area of interest lies. In case you're looking at any programs in media or journalism, we do have some good programs offered at undergraduate level as well. So coming again to the kind of facilities being offered at Southampton, because we have range of courses, you can find yourself studying anything from hair, fashion, makeup to journalism. You could be doing something which could be related to audio, photography, animation. You could be doing programs in nursing, business and management, again, one of the most featured programs. You could be studying engineering, construction management. So plenty of programs to choose from. And they are kind of, all of the courses at Solent are employability oriented, making you kind of ready for the world of work, not just in Southampton, but in any part of the world. So to give you a understanding of what schools are running courses in Southampton Solent, we have business school, we have School of Law, we have creative industries, architecture and engineering, we have sports, health and sports sciences, social sciences, and one of the most popular school is the Wasatch Maritime School. You could be picking programs from architecture, interior design, construction management. You could be doing art and design, business, marketing, finance, computing, digital art, animation, games, VFX, courses in engineering. If you're looking towards hair, makeup, fashion, beauty, we do have courses in that. We have programs in film, TV, media, health, political sciences, law, maritime, music, psychology, sports and fitness, law. So plenty of things to offer for depending what your area of interest lies. And of course, please feel free to visit our website and look into the programs and take a virtual tour to know what exactly you would be experiencing when you come and study here. Well, because I gave you a big overview of the courses offered, I'd like to give you a brief overview of our popular courses. So we do find a lot of students interested in studying a global MBA, also students interested in MSc Applied Artificial Intelligence, AI and Data Science, Computer Engineering, Cybersecurity Engineering, Project Management, Sustainable Building Design, Sports Management, International Maritime Business, Makeup and Hair Design is also one of a popular program at postgraduate level. At an undergraduate level, you could be interested in studying business management, international tourism management, nursing, computing, or maritime management. Well, this is not the least of courses. This is just these are the popular programs which we find that students are very much interested in studying at Southampton Solent University. So the range of fees for an undergraduate course, you could be starting the program at £16,000 per year, and a postgraduate program can cost you between £17,000 to £18,000, depending on what program you're coming to study with us. And it's best to go and look at the website for what programs are being offered and what would they cost you. Scholarships, we do offer international regional scholarships. These scholarships are competitive and offered on first come, first served basis. You could be applying for these scholarships once you have an offer letter and you have almost ascertained that you would be coming and studying at Solent University. Yeah, this scholarship needs to be applied for. So you would need to get in touch with your consultant, that is Bizz, and they can contact us regarding your interest in applying for an international regional scholarship. There are certain scholarships offered as sports scholarships, which are open for athletes who compete at national or international level in variety of sports. So that can range up to £5,000. Great. We come to the part of admission process, and my colleague Carly, who comes from admissions team, is one of the best person to take you through these few slides about the admission cycle and processes. Carly, would you like to take over, please?
Yep, can do. Thanks, Neha. So my name's Carly and I am the Senior Admissions and Enrolment Officer here at Solent University. So each and every day we look through and process your applications. So the first stage initially would obviously be to decide on the course you want to study. The application is then submitted to us directly via the agent portal, which we've actually had a new system recently. So that process we think is actually a lot easier than it used to be, or we hope anyway. So what we do ask is that all of the details are put in correctly, and that all the supporting documents are uploaded at time of submission, just so then we can process the application quickly. So this could be your passport, your academic documents, so usually the highest level of qualification that you have, but also we may need to see school certificates as well. We do require 2 reference letters, and it's really important that these references we can see are genuine, that they're on headed paper, that they're signed and dated within the last 12 months. These references do help us to sort of paint the overall picture of you as an applicant, so they're really important too. We also like to see a CV, so we can see your work experience and what you've been doing perhaps since you left school or university, as again this does help us paint that overall picture of your application. And your personal statement, which should be written by yourself. And we don't like to see text that has been copied and pasted from the website. So we do want you to write your personal statement in your own words, and we do read through that. and then English language tests. So we do accept tests from a number of different providers. Mainly IELTS and Duolingo are the ones we get, but also Pearson PTE or TOEFL, something like that. And it depends on the course as to what level of English that we need. So postgraduate differs to undergraduate, but you can see all of that information on the individual course pages on our website. Or if in any doubt, please do message admissions or email us and we can help. Okay, if you could have the next slide, thank you. So a lot of the time we will invite you to do an interview for us, and we conduct these interviews via 𝐵𝐻. So 𝐵𝐻 is used by a lot of universities here in the UK. It's a very quick way for us to be able to see and process eventually your CAS request. But the first stage would be to complete your interview, and that can be recorded at any time of day. You can do a few attempts if you need to, so you don't have to submit the first one. And you will just need to answer a series of questions. They're not there to kind of trap you or you know, kind of make you slip up or anything. They should be fairly easy to answer if you know what you want to do, what course you want to come on, why you're doing it. So don't worry about that process. You can, like I said, you can take a couple of attempts at recording it, but it is something that's important to do at that early stage within your application. You just need to fill in the basic information into 𝐵𝐻, and it should open up that interview section. Okay. So what we do ask is that the agents and the students do check into the Solent portal and also into 𝐵𝐻 as often as you can, just to make sure you don't miss any updates. There might be a message from us, or you may want to ask us a message, and you can, so we can answer those as quickly as possible. And it's just important really to make sure that you enter the correct information at all these different stages so that they filter into our different systems correctly. Okay, is there a next slide? Okay, so our email address is just on the screen there for you, admissions.international@solent.ac.uk. If you do contact us, it would be really beneficial that you could include your full name and your student ID, because that means we can then find you quickly on our system. And as I kind of briefly mentioned earlier, any entry requirements and English language test scores are available on our website. So please do have a look through there. But if not, we are here to answer any questions you may have. Okay. Is this me as well? I think so.
Totally up to you. It's just you already covered the 𝐵𝐻 process.
Yes. Yep, that's it. So I think it's just a case of when you do get the offer to make sure that you're logging into the Southampton Solent portal and accepting your offer. And by accepting your offer, that means that you then firm up either your conditional or unconditional offer with us, so we can see that you are going to come and study with us. It would then be the CAS process and the CAS request process, the interview, getting your visa, and then arriving.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carly. And I hope every one of the student got the information on the application process and how to make it a smooth process for everyone. We'd like to briefly touch upon living in Southampton. Well, as a student, you might want to choose the accommodation offered by the university called the Solent University Residences. These accommodation could be en suite, these could be catered, non-catered, depending on what kind of accommodation you'd like to choose. As a student, you're more than welcome to apply for these accommodation and also take a view, or I can say that take a tour of these accommodation on the website, because that will give you an idea as to what you can look at and what can you expect as a student when you come to stay in these accommodation. There are varying lengths you can choose, or you can take a contract depending on what length you'd like an accommodation, and that can be discussed with the accommodation team. And The accommodation is not too far. I'd say it's about 10 to 15-minute walk from the main campus. So it kind of makes it quite easy for students to navigate from accommodation to campus. Even the city center is close by. You're just a 5-minute walk away. The good thing is that there is no guarantor needed when you're coming to study at or when you start taking up an accommodation at Solent residences. But not all students would like to take an accommodation within the university. So there is an option of going for private housing as well. So we do recommend, if you're coming for an undergraduate student, to take a university residence accommodation. However, you're more than open to apply for a private housing, and we can help you with the process or give you an advisor who can advise you on housing options, whichever route you might want to take. And if you would see on the bottom of the screen, we do have an email ID who would be the right point of contact in case you're looking for applying for private housing in Southampton and you would like to take advice from anyone from the university. Last but the least, some advice for students who are planning to come and study in Southampton Solent University. Well, do make sure you look at our website because there's plenty of information which might be of interest to you. And honestly, it's not possible to cover all the information in a webinar and bombard you with all that we have to say. But yes, please feel free to go and look at the website, take the virtual tours, look at the course videos to get an understanding of what would you be expecting when you come and study at this university for the particular program you are interested. There can be times that you are looking at a certain course, and when you look at the website, you might find a course which might interest you more than the one which you initially thought of. And hence, explore your options, look at what the courses have got to offer, what kind of exposure you can expect when you come onto these courses, because as I said, we are employment-oriented university. We do a lot of things to expose our students to the world of work, and that can come in form of small internships you could be doing. It could come in kind of voluntary work you could be doing, working within the university, being an ambassador in the university. So plenty of things that we want you to be exposed to be equipped with the confidence and knowledge that you would need in real world when you go and start working. And as Carly rightly mentioned, keep an eye on your emails and student portal. A lot of information, important information, gets shared through these portals, and we do not want you to miss out on any of that. We do have a brilliant international team, and I would say, when you're here at the university, please, come and see the international team. They are very friendly. We do have international cafes where we meet students, chit chat to them, make an informal meeting, have a cup of coffee together. So kind of making home away from home. Do get in touch with our applicants as well through Facebook groups. And we do have quite a few webinars coming up in the coming year, which would be starting from this year and would continue to flow in the next year as well. These are informative webinars about your courses, about studying in the UK, and to answer any questions that you may have, maybe later point of time. You may not have them today, but you may have them later. So perhaps these webinars could be a good insight into answering those questions. We do have good social communities, and in case you want to talk to any students or get in touch with any students, UniBuddy could be a good platform. Last but not the least, we do have a good community where Student Union has various communities, and you could be part of the community. We do have Hindu community in Southampton Solent, and they celebrate festivals. So if you want to be part of that, you're more than welcome to do that. So the last part of my presentation, we're just coming to the close of it. We are offering Jan intake, and we have postgraduate programs in the name of strategic management, applied AI and data science, digital marketing, financial management, global MBA, logistics management, project management, all of these offered at postgraduate level. And starting this January, we have got an undergraduate program that is business management being offered from Jan start. The good part about the undergraduate course is it's a fast track course. You complete your 6 months. That you start in January at the year level 1, and in September you join the year entry 2. So, you can kind of fast track your bachelor's degree. Something exciting for any students who are looking for a business course and want to get a taster session of the program. We are the School of Business. They are coming up with a taster session for any student who might be planning to start their own business, looking at entrepreneurship option, or wanting to know what a business course could be like. We are organizing a session on 21st of October. I know the time is a bit late, but it's keeping in mind people who might be from working background and would not want to miss the session. So in case you're interested, there is a booking link for attending. It's free of cost. You can come and attend, get a taster of understanding how the course is taught, and that might help you make your decision of studying in the UK, perhaps in Southampton, Solent as well. So that's about it. In case you have any questions later and you want to get in touch with me after today's presentation, I'm sure Bizz will be able to happily answer all of your queries. But in case there's something which has gone amiss and you have any questions later, my email ID is on the screen. And as Kali had initially informed you, we do have, like, in case something about admissions, then we have the email ID for admissions here. And thank you for listening to me. It was brilliant giving you a presentation, but I'd like to talk to you now and would like to know if you have any questions at all that we would be able to answer. So I will stop sharing now.
Okay, Neha, that was so wonderful presentation, Neha and Carly. Thank you so much for this presentation. It was so informative, and I think student have all the knowledge about the university, intake, accommodation, scholarships, admission, and everything. That was so wonderful. So before we move into the question and answer session, and as I have mentioned that this is the question and answer session, the third session of the webinar, I have some of the questions from the students. I have been doing marketing on my personal social media account, and I have few of the questions that students have asked, messaged me. So may I read out?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. The first question is, hi, I have completed bachelor's in business studies, which is a 3 years bachelor's from Tribhuvan University with 60%. I want to know about scholarship and what amount of scholarship will I get?
All right. So, well, scholarships are awarded when an application is done. It's, I think, usually automatic. And once they apply, that will come on the offer letter. Besides that, in case any student has got an offer and they are almost firm, like met all of their conditions, we can look into offering additional scholarship, but that will have to be separately applied, John, and that will need to come from you recommending the student for the scholarship, and then we can look into the award available at that point of time. The scholarship usually ranges from 1,000 to 2,000 pounds.
Okay, thank you, Neha. I have another question. Second question is, I have completed bachelor's degree in business administration in 2019 with 68.38%. I have work experience from 2019. My question is, do I get placement in MBA programs?
Oh, well, that's a very good question. We do have the MBA program that comes with the optional placement option. So that's a 6-month optional placement they can look into. And as I said, our courses are integrated with employability aspect. So the students would be, even if they do not opt for the placement option, they would still be doing kind of small work within the business school, where they're exposed to the businesses, or they are doing kind of small internships or work within the program to expose them to understand how business administration works, and equip them for understanding if they're stepping out later to work in any industry, what would be required of them. A good thing to point out here would also be that the MBA program, it's a conversion course in a way that we not necessarily ask for student to come from business background, but in case any student comes from another background but has a very high aspiration to study a business course, and they can reflect that in their statement of purpose, or if they have done any voluntary work in business, we would like to know why they would like to come and study, and we're more than happy to welcome these students who are keen to do an MBA course, however not had the background, but still want to do. I think we can accept those students.
So thank you, Neha. I have another questions. Hi, I have completed bachelor's in 2022 with 74.12%. I want to apply for digital marketing, and does university supports facilities for job placement for student supports?
Well, I would say our basic entry requirement is 2:2. Am I right, Carly? We could accept students with 2:2, right? So
Yeah,
yes.
it depends whether it's from as well. We obviously look at degrees from all sorts of different countries. So we would obviously look at that. I want to say as well that we do have, I think Neha, you can help me with this, but we obviously would help anyone with the visas for studying after the course, and we also have a Solent careers section as well. So there's lots of places that students can go to get advice on what even to do after their degree and their career following being with us here at Solent, which is really good.
Thanks for pointing out that, Carly. So, well, yes, Solent Careers is a brilliant opportunity a student can take up while being a student, because they can take work experience while being a student, and that experience helps big time when they apply for jobs later. I have met a student on campus who did take up a part-time work with Solent, and now she is working. Like, that helped her to take up a job in the UK, and she's very happy that she did that part-time work. Also, we do have the alumni engagement and support for alumni, and that's throughout life. It doesn't end once you pass out, or you've just passed out 2 years later. If you come back to university any time later, the alumni support is there for the students. So yes, any student coming, please make sure that you know what program you're applying for. And do expect that because the courses are employability or industry focused, you all will have some exposure to the industry. It's a very practical program, it's not theoretical. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Thank you, Neha. That was so nice. And I have another questions. What are the accommodation opportunity at university and how to book them?
Well, the accommodation could be on campus, like the accommodation close to the university, which is a 10 or a 15-minute walk. For that, the student needs to, of course, hold the offer letter for the university. And Kali, would they need to have accepted the offer as well? I guess yes, right?
Yeah, so I think you can reach out to our accommodation team once you hold an unconditional firm offer. That's mainly as well for our undergraduate students. They tend to stay with us on campus. However, our postgraduate students, they usually find perhaps a house share in the city centre, or there are sort of other student accommodation residences that offer perhaps more like a flat, kind of studio flat sort of living arrangement, which again is mainly, I think, what the postgraduate students do. But there's a lot in the city centre, even more than there was now, than there has ever been. And I think they're quite affordable as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for highlighting the affordability aspect of it. I would certainly emphasize on the fact that affordability in Southampton is, much easier compared to other major cities in the UK. And especially London can be quite expensive for students. So being in Southampton, you're not too far from London. If London is a fascinating place to go and work, you can commute very easily and, stay in Southampton, cost effective, work in any of the major cities. That's absolutely possible.
Thank you, Neha. Okay, I have another questions. Hi, I have completed grade 12 long back in 2016, and I have scored 68%. Within these, I have manager level work experience. So, as a mature applicant, will I be eligible for masters with 5+ years experience or not?
Well, everyone is welcome to apply to Solent. We don't stop anybody at all. But I would say we'll be more than happy to look at that application, provided it's a complete application. And as pointed out that there is a work experience of 5 years, that would be something we would like to see in this CV as well as the statement of purpose to understand the student's whole profile better. So yes, not stopping from applying. Please go ahead and apply with all your documents.
Okay, so a student need not to have a bachelor's degree to apply for the master's. He can apply with +2.
I don't think did I miss that? Oh, sorry about it.
That was the
Yes,
question.
sorry, I think I missed that as well. I thought what you said there was a degree there, but you would have to have, very likely have to have some sort of higher education, like a degree, to go into postgraduate studies. We very likely couldn't just base that on work experience. We do need that sort of higher level of study, really, for those courses.
Thank you. And I have a last question, last but not the least. I was searching courses on university website and I want to study logistic management, but I have completed bachelor's in science with 70%. Can any background can apply for this course or it need to be from management field?
With that one, we obviously logistics you can see logistics in quite a few different degree backgrounds, whether it's certain sort of different aspects of logistics or shipping or business. So it's not necessarily that it would have to be that specific subject that you've done before. As admissions, we do look at everything as a big picture. So the work experience, the modules covered in your previous degree, because we could pick out some elements that are relevant and then that will kind of boost the application. So we look at the personal statement, we look at work experience, the modules studied, to see if there's any relevance there. We may then ask our admissions tutors, the course leaders, to have a look as well. So there is some movement there, and we do kind of look at every application individually, and we go from there.
Thank you, Carly.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
we also have other questions popping on our chat box. So let me read one by one. Student pass out his bachelor's in 2010 with 3 years degree with 45%. Now he has passed his master's scoring 57% in 2015. Can he apply for the master's again?
Potentially. A degree combined with a master's, we would look on favourably. That's pretty good. And if there is work experience there, it is looking likely. Obviously, I couldn't say 100% without looking at everything now, but potentially that could be a good application.
Okay. I mean, you can apply for the master's. Likewise, we have another question. Hi, sir. Hello. I have completed bachelor's in business studies. Now my interest is in IT related courses. Am I able to master's degree in IT related field?
Yep, definitely. Especially our Applied AI and Data Science course, which is one of our biggest courses that is a conversion course. So we do welcome applicants from any background that are interested in coding and applied AI and artificial intelligence. We do also have other computing courses at postgraduate level as well, which are in the same position, being a conversion course. So absolutely, we would welcome that.
Okay.
Great. Yeah. Thanks, Carly.
So we have, thank you, Carly. We have another questions. What is the minimum GPA required for an MBA program?
For global MBA particularly, it depends where the degree is from, and if there's a specific university as well it was from. Typically a 4-year degree, we'd need to see, well, it depends as well whether it's in GPA or percent or things like that. So it is something we would look at individually. Usually we would say the equivalent of a 2-2 degree, but that could be anything from like 65% for some universities, or a 2.6 GPA, things like that. So it really does depend where it's from, but we can offer advice if you would like to send in the academic certificates and transcripts. We're more than happy to have a look.
Sure. Thank you, Carly. Okay. Is there any IT courses?
Yeah.
Yes, there is IT
Lots.
courses. So
Yeah.
you can apply to IT courses. Zach, thank you for asking. Likewise, I have completed my BBA in 2015 with a GPA of 2.62. Am I eligible for MBA at Solent?
Potentially. Again, it can be a little bit difficult to answer kind of individual queries like this. But a BBA going into global, absolutely, that's the same kind of area. But again, we would have to sort of check that as they came in.
Okay. I completed my BBA 4th year in 2015 from Pokhara University. This is the same question. With GPA of 2.62, am I eligible for MBA at Solent? Okay, he repeated the questions. Yes, you are eligible for the MBA subject. Let me read out the second question. Do you look bachelor's percent or master? One, if student wants to pursue masters.
I would say yes, because we would like to see what you've done throughout your application, throughout the process, like before you apply. We want to see all throughout the years what you have done. So if you've done a master's, you should definitely submit in your master's. If you have some work experience, do add that too. Whatever you have done till the time of application, think should be a part of all your documents that you apply with.
Thank you, Neha. I think we are up to the end of this session and we have answered all the questions. I hopefully say that. And the presentation was so beautiful. It was so informative. Thank you, Neha and Carly. And any last word before we end this session, Neha and Carly, both of you?
It's a pleasure to have spoken to students here, and I hope it's not the last of ours. Any students, we did see a couple of inquiries for business courses, and I would insist on them going for a taster session, which we're doing on 21st of October. Mind you guys, you don't get such opportunities very often when applying for any UK universities. So, yep, make use of that. If you need that, John, I can send that link again later on to you as well. Carly, thank you so much for coming in today, because I'm sure I know, like, you came in and its presence was really very helpful. But yes, definitely, please say what you'd like to advise the students.
I would just say that the admissions team, we're really helpful, and if you do have any questions, we are more than happy to answer them. I know it can be quite a daunting process to even start the application, to make that decision, to then having to use 𝐭𝐻Shield in the interview. But we will get back to you quickly. We do like to not keep you waiting. So we are sending offer letters as quickly as we can, so you'll get your decision. And I think with the interview, don't worry about the interview. Like I said, you can take it a couple of attempts, and it's submitted in your own time. So we don't sort of tell you a time to go and do it. And that is all through 𝐭𝐻Shield. And January is open. So we are taking and processing applications now, and obviously we'd love to see them.
So thank you, Carly. Thank you, Neha. And okay, we are at the end of this session. And thank you so much, all of the students who have joined this webinar. And thank you to all the students who have viewed from the live. And I think we will close this session. And if you have any questions, you can contact with us. We have left a message on the chat box, our contact number and our hotline number. And if you want to apply, we have also put our email address for your application. So we will also be having other webinar of other university very soon on October 4 and October 7. So you need to stay tuned for all of this. So thank you so much. Thank you, Neha.
Thanks, John. All right, then. Have a good day ahead, the rest of your day. And thanks, Kali. See you
Thanks,
around soon.
bye
Thank you so
all.
much.